Hey, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Brand OTC or Brand Over the Counter, where we answer your branding questions with a faux over the counter product. Well, today's product is called MarketiClear, and MarketiClear helps you to clarify the difference between branding and marketing. And so, if you're struggling with a misplaced budget, inconsistent messaging, or low engagement, this is the episode for you. All right. Hello. My name is Cynthia Akita, and I am your brand strategist, designer, and educator here at the Design Firmacy. And today's question is, what is the difference between branding and marketing? So, again, if you've ever said something like, I just need more content, I don't have time to post today, or maybe you ran an ad and you didn't see any results, this is the episode that you want to watch and pay attention to. So, let's get right into it. Number one, branding is who you are. Marketing is more so how you get seen. So branding is the who, marketing is the how. So when you're when it comes to branding is all about people's perception of you, what they believe you do, who they believe you are. It is identity. Branding equals your identity. It's your personality, it's the promise you have, it's your positioning, it's your presence, it's your vision, it's all of the things that make up who you are, literally, like your body. And so let's say, you love fashion, right? You're a fashionista. Everybody knows your personality. Maybe you're outgoing, maybe you're funny. Maybe they see that you're really passionate about maybe school children always having nice things to wear, or maybe you're passionate about high schoolers being able to have beautiful dresses for prom. That's a part of your identity. And then you also show that outwardly by dressing up like the queen that you are, or maybe the king that you are, and you have all these beautiful, unique pieces. That is your identity, right? That makes up who you are. And that's who people see you as, right? But when it comes to your marketing, that comes to visibility and how you are seen or how you get seen. So it's the avenue or the vehicle that delivers your brand to the people. So in this case, with your fashionista, maybe she's using Instagram, maybe she's posting videos on YouTube. That is the marketing portion because that's how she's giving other people the opportunity to see who she is or who he is, right? And so that's the vehicle that delivers who you are to the people who are going to experience you. So I hope that helps to clear it up. Another example is if you have a boutique therapist, um, like a brand, you're a therapist, and your brand includes like a very calm tone. You promise transformation. You have very beautiful brand visuals. Like all of that is the branding portion. But then your marketing is potentially the fact that maybe you have a podcast, and so you're providing people with information, but then you're introducing them to who you are through that podcast. The podcast is the marketing, right? Maybe you also have Instagram ads that you run. That is the marketing side of things. So your branding is the package, who you are, and the marketing is how you get the package to the person who actually needs it, who can benefit from it. Excuse me. Number two, branding happens before marketing and it powers it. So if your message, your audience, and your brand voice are not clear, your marketing will confuse people or repel them, or they just won't respond at all because confused people do not buy. And so you really need to get to the root of your strategy. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. But if people, or forget people, if you personally are not clear on what you do, why you do it, how you do it, and why it's different from everyone else who also does it. For example, if you're a hair braider, I mean, I don't think we have too many hair braiders right now, right? Or too many hair braiders with amazing experiences, amazing branding. But that is potentially an area where you can excel and really push the envelope because you chose to make yours completely different from the rest of the people who get the bad reviews or get, trash talked about and all of that. So if you don't know your messaging, your who, what, why, how, all of those things, you will not be able to market effectively because you lack clarity. And at the end of the day, a lack of clarity is really what hinders a lot of us from really progressing within our businesses. If you're not clear on what you're doing, you cannot go anywhere. If you don't have a map and you're in a foreign place, you're just going to run in circles and circles and circles. I'm sure we've all seen a movie where there's a forest or woodsy scene, and whether it's the main character or one of the characters gets lost and they're trying to find their way, but then they keep seeing the same tree over and over and over again. That's because they don't know where they're going. They don't have a map. They don't have a plan. And that's exactly how you're moving without clarity in your business. So, without those things being clear, your marketing is going to confuse people. And once again, confused people do not buy, they don't connect, and they cannot become your proponents. They cannot become your fans because they just don't know what you do and who you are. So, let's say you're a coach and you hire someone to run ads for you, but you don't even know who your ideal client is. Well, yes, they will run those ads, right? But it's not going to reach the people that it's meant to reach because you lack clarity. You didn't clearly define who your audience was. You didn't clearly define who you wanted to affect change and who you wanted to impact. And so that marketing becomes ineffective because the branding was not clarified and figured out. Next, number 3, branding builds trust. Marketing drives action. Branding is literally all about trust because branding helps people feel connected to your brand, to your business. Your story helps them connect. It helps them to see themselves in you and in whatever it is that you're doing within your business, right? And then the marketing invites them to take that next step with you, to join in on that beautiful story that you shared so that they could also experience the result that you also received, as you were building your brand or as you were deciding that, hey, this is what I want to do and this is how I want to help people. So your branding is important. Your marketing is also important, but they work together. You can't have one without the other. You can't say, hey, I'm going to work on my marketing first and then work on my branding. You should actually work on your branding first because it's the strategy, and then marketing is the action based on that strategy. So they work hand to hand. They're like twins, Siamese twins or something like that. You can't do one without the other. So again, branding helps your audience feel connected to you. It helps them to build a relationship with you. And that's the most important part. You can't just go out in the world and expect to receive from people without building a connection, without having a point of similarity where you guys can, I'm trying not to say the word connect again, but where you guys can relate. And so branding is so, so important. And once you've built that, again, trying not to say connection, but once you've started building a relationship, then your marketing further amplifies that to push them to take some action. So an example of this is where maybe you're a nonprofit and you have this, powerful story. You have the visuals and all of those things aligned with your mission. Your mission is your connection point, right? Your branding builds trust. But then you have an email campaign asking for donations. And because your mission speaks to your audience, it connects with them, they're able to go ahead and take that next step and give you some money in order to fuel that mission. So if you didn't have the mission, the desire to give wouldn't be there because there would be no connection point for your audience. And so again, branding builds trust and your marketing will drive the action. Number 4, marketing has a timeline, but branding is ongoing. It's forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. I always say you should view branding as an invisible representative of your business, of your brand. And you cannot build a representative and then just fire them and get rid of them. They have to maintain the presence. They have to maintain the atmosphere. And so branding is ongoing. When you have a marketing campaign, there will be an end date. Let's say you are marketing for Black Friday. Maybe you start in September, but it's going to end probably on Cyber Monday, which is the Monday after Thanksgiving, right? And so there's an end there, right? Your sales will wrap up, the ads will pause, you'll be able to go in and check out your analytics and see what worked, what didn't work, what you want to tweak for the next year, so on and so forth. Your marketing has a timeline in that sense, right? But again, your branding, that representative that is telling the world about you, that is going to show up consistently, even when you're not having a sale, even when you're not promoting something specific. It will always be there because it always has to speak on your behalf. Because here at the Design Firmacy, we are building brands that speak when you're not in the room. And so your branding is ongoing over and over and over and over and over and over again. All right. Now, number 5, which is our last point. Branding makes your marketing work so much better. Okay, so a strong brand makes your marketing much more efficient and more memorable. And you want people to remember you. So when you have such a memorable brand and an efficient marketing, you do not need to reinvent the wheel every single time you post or pitch yourself because, again, they work together. Like I said, Siamese twins. You can't have one without the other. And so when your brand has a clear purpose, you have your tone of voice, you have your style, your identity, and all of those things, your content creator or your social media manager, will be able to create with a lot of ease, and you'll get better results because everyone is on the same page. And in addition to having your strategy, you want to have your brand style guide because that's what's going to help those who do your graphics and your visuals to be on the same page with you. And we actually have a brand style guide template in our shop. So make sure you visit the link down below or go to our website at thedesignpharmacy.com to grab that for yourself. You can edit it on Canva. You will likely need Canva Pro in order to do that. But it is an amazing tool. You get it done one time and then you send it off. Anytime you need work done, you're hiring a graphic designer or someone else to do work for you, they can follow what is on that brand style guide to ensure that things are consistent. You don't want to mess that up, or you don't want them to mess that up. So overall, I'm going to go over the points again really quickly. So number 1, branding is who you are. Marketing is how you get seen. Branding, number 2, branding happens before marketing and it powers it. Number 3, branding builds trust. Marketing drives action. Number 4, marketing has a timeline and branding is ongoing. And then number 5, branding makes your marketing work better. So if you're struggling with visibility or consistency, it's probably not your marketing. It's more so your branding, because your branding is the strategy that your marketing thrives from. So overall, marketing might get you seen, but branding is what makes people stay. And we need people to stay in order for our brands to thrive. So that's the end of this episode. Please go ahead, if you haven't already taken your Brand Vitals assessment, go ahead and take your Brand Vitals assessment by visiting mybrandvitals.com, because it's going to show you the 9 areas in which your brand is either healthy or a little bit unhealthy, and it'll pinpoint the areas that you need to work on in order to have the powerful strategy that will make your marketing more efficient and effective. And you don't want to waste your time working on things that are not moving the needle. So the Brand Vitals assessment makes it very simple and specific for you so that you know exactly what to work on. So take your Brand Vitals assessment, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye. Discover what sets your brand apart, then say it with confidence. What's Your Secret Sauce is a free 3-day challenge designed to help entrepreneurs uncover the unique flavor that makes their brand unforgettable. Through guided prompts, live training, and powerful clarity exercises, you'll identify what truly sets you apart and how to communicate it in a way that connects and converts. If you've ever struggled to stand out in a crowded market or explain what makes you different, this challenge will give you the breakthrough you need. You'll walk away with your personalized secret sauce recipe, a clear, compelling blend of your brand's strengths, purpose, and positioning that makes selling feel natural. Join us by visiting brandmysecretsauce.com. You're doing all the things: posting content, updating your website, running ads, tweaking your offers, but still wondering, why isn't this working? Truth is, you might be focusing on areas that look productive, but aren't actually moving the needle. The Brand Vitals Assessment helps you stop guessing and start targeting. It's like a wellness checkup, but for your brand. You'll gain crystal clear insight into the 9 essential areas every brand needs to thrive. No fluff, no filler, just facts about where your brand stands and what needs your focus. Because clarity is the first step to real momentum. And when you know where to focus, you start to see progress, not just activity. Get out of busy work. Get into brand building that actually works. Take the Brand Vitals Assessment now. Have you tapped into your Firmacy benefits? As a beneficiary, you unlock special offers, gifts, and always stay in the loop. Subscribe today to receive your exclusive dose. Visit firmacybenefits.com.